Look who it is, Creth. Hallam the White has sent his right hand to tear at Our Lady's good name. You are interrupting a duel for the ages. There can only be one Windermere champion, and it shall be me. Of course, Creth has never been one to concede gracefully. She is the only one who deserves our worship, the only one willing to stand against the telling and fight for her own ambition. She is glorious. It is I, but in truth I've discovered a greater calling, a purpose that will never fade. I fight for the maid now, and she whispers her love to me. The pawns of Hallam only wish to harm our mistress, and they will feel the sting of our blades. Do not count yourself among them. That would be unwise. Need our armor? Is this a jest? You will never impress the maid. She is only interested in true knights of the realm. Perhaps you can help us choose, Sigrel. Creth and I were just fighting over who should be the maid's true champion. Unless you believe yourself worthy of such an honor, then by all means challenge one of us to a duel. The prize, your sought-after armor. We honor this field of battle in the name of the maid, who can have but one champion, only one defender of Windermere, and one worthy of her love. Creth thinks it is he who she desires, but he is wrong. He is always wrong. There can only be one defender of Windermere. As Sir Elswin was no longer worthy, Creth and I dispatched him hastily, and in a manner befitting one of his service. You may win more than just my armor, Sagrel. You will know that you are truly the victor, for Eärmar is the greatest knight ever to raise a sword in the maid's name. What? Where's the court? How have I come to be here? Why does it feel as though I've just woken from a waking dream? You mentioned something about armor. Please take these robes if you must. I am so confused, Sagrel. One moment I was in the Court of Enchantments, and the next I was here, in this strange green place. It's the witch that did this to me. I am Eärmar. I retrieved the sword of Ryderk. I defeated Nyx. Did any of that even happen? Or was it all just a dream? I don't know anymore. Yes, I remember something about the House of Ballads. There was talk of a troll, perhaps. I wish I could remember.
Stop! You have chosen. The maid can only have one champion. Her Majesty will no longer be overlooked. Try as you might to vanquish the Emerald Lady, you will not succeed. She is everlasting. Yes, you know me, but I stand for my lady now. The Maid of Windermere is everything. The maid's hand has turned me to the light of truth. What did it show me? It showed me that the House of Ballads is in ruins. Escape while you have the chance. Goodbye.
summons meek, and crept through summer's end, to break the seal of magic's veil, Aurore's love she'd pretend. Seduced by Belmaid's false love, Sir Error let her through. Then Belmaid did cloak herself, when castle she did view.
Well, I grow more impressed with every head you lay before me. Well done. You rival even Sir Elswin in your foolish arrogance. You may have passed the Wall of Thorns, but the Weeping Gorge proposes its own unique challenges. He was captain of the Royal Windermere Guard, and my staunchest defender. His body lies below where it fell. I mourn him in my own way. Like all the others, little phantoms hiding behind the victories of the past, weak minds are the easiest to control, and those two are mine now. It is what prevents my enemies from simply marching into my kingdom and feeding it to the flame. To raise the bridge, one must defeat its guardian, the legendary Sir Elswin. Only then will the path make its way open to you. Alas, Sir Elswin has been killed, as goes the story. This time I fear he's staying quite dead. Another terrible price of our waning magic. Pity.
I have you right where I... Wait. What's the meaning of this? Who are you and where is my opponent? Oh, I see what happened. Blast. Perhaps next time. I was once a grand knight in the clan of Isa, but misfortune befell me when I believed the lies of the witch. She lured me, wooed me, honored me, promised me power. I became the champion and protector of her castle. That did not last long. She tired of my service and my love. Just look at the result. A great sword to the throat, how else? It was gloriously bloody, if I recall. The champion had been told to end my service to the maid. Really? I don't think so, Dustling.
Enough, mortal. You presume too much. This song does not belong to you. There can only be one champion, and his name is CERO. What is this? What have you done, Sagran? What brings me to this strange place? It's as though a troll has been braining me with his club. Goodbye. I do not like what has transpired, not at all. It is a strange sensation, akin to fingers probing the very insides of your being. A prickly one, the maid. I never thought she'd become so ambitious, so vile. Once she was like us, just a player in the game. Now, she is something more. I don't feel all too different, actually. I'm just as miserable as ever. I do hope the lingering effects of this enchantment wear off eventually. I never fully appreciated what I shared as part of Wenson's inner circle. Now that it's been struck down, I can only hope that it will one day be restored. Goodbye.
You are brave. No mortal has ever set foot in my domain. Isn't it wondrous? I've spent centuries whispering my wishes to the earth, the trees. The crystal has made it so. Never before has there been one worthy of sharing it with me. Do you fancy yourself a ruler? Join me and my enchanted beasts in this, the autumn of my kind. I do not doubt it. You have the taste for blood and willingness to sacrifice, even if it is the lives of others you sacrifice. Hallam has seen it, and I dream of little else. The tale of the Fae enters its final telling. All the old songs will perish with their heroes, and a new era will begin. And while the end is near, it has yet to be written. You are the harbinger of change our people have long feared, and with you lies our legacy. Whatever I desire, it makes possible. I wanted to change the ballads, and I have done it. I wanted Wenson, and he is mine. The Prismeer makes it so. Those who seek to be my subjects, to serve me in every way. The wild Fae you see before you are under an enchantment. This keeps them docile. You are safe here so long as you do not anger my friends. They will pay you no mind. But some advice. Keep your weapons sheathed. Wenson waits for you in my castle, but only a fool would simply invite you in. And I am no fool. I have been part of this story for too long. This village is my legacy, how the world will remember me when all the courts have fallen. Below, my army prepares to wipe clean the songs of yore. You could lie beside me in the waning days, but if rescuing Wenson is what fate has written for you, then you will find him, and you will find me.
Around the castle were the Fae, who lulled to sleep from song. The maid would make an army here, some hundreds, thousands strong. And like the rakish Sir Sagrel, Bellmaid snuck through entranced glade, and found the source of evil there, a crystal of the maid. A mighty Fey hammer she took in hand, and, singing like the lark, she she ended the enchanting haze that deepened in the dark. The creatures freed, released from spell, became savage once more. The crystal posed a threat to Fae. Bellmaid had to smash the ore. The maid was thwarted once again, this time by Bellmaid's might, a house of ballads heroine, who brought to darkness light. She may be queen of Winson's throne, but learn you well this tale. A woman's strength lies not in men, but where men often fail.
Welcome. You're not at all what I expected. I am CERO, Chancellor of Windermere. She said you were beautiful, although I have noticed that she has peculiar tastes. You're just in time. Our little army is building up quite nicely. I was beginning to fear that we'd actually have to execute the lady's plans, ludicrous as they are. Please, it is just CERO. I am no knight. I only recently came of age. The maid seized me just as I was leaving my hollow, as though she had been waiting. The great cycle has left me vacant, but I am no friend of the Maid of Windermere. Though the Winter Ballads name her a hero, her favourite role is the heartless tyrant. It is the source of her power and of her madness. Normally she's not so terrible to be around, if you don't mind plotting and treachery, that is. The beasts in this village may act civilized, but they are anything but. Cross them and they will kill you, just like their wild cousins would. Every summer ballad ends in the maid's defeat. Time and again she has played the villain. Now she intends to change that permanently, and she has the power to do so. This army is not a new device, not at all. It is all part of the great ballad Cursed Kingdom, in which fair Queen Bellmaid reduces the maid's army to a scattered mob. Of course you are, forgive me. I often forget that my time with the House of Ballads is past. Now I am but a prisoner of the maid. You all are. You see, this place, it's calm. It is only an illusion. The maid uses her strange crystals to pacify the beasts, just as she enchants our friends. We must destroy the crystals to earn our freedom. But they are invisible to all but the maid. It is her song that calls them. The crystals are hidden around the village and forest of Summer's End. You cannot see them with the naked eye. They appear only when summoned by a musical tone. You must hurry. Come in. Quite a display, my friend. It makes me proud to share a name. You made quick work of the maid's army. The lady herself, however, will prove more formidable. Take this. It's the key to the village bell house. That bell rings with the same tone as the flute, only louder. So loud it can be heard across these high mountains. The toll will break the enchantment on the maid's castle. Then you will have your chance. Make the most of it, my friend. It may be your last. And now I am free. I do hope we meet again. I would like you to have this. It's a talisman. I have no need of it where I am going. Just above the chantry. The door to the castle is warded, but once you ring the bell, that ward will be no more. May your gods protect you.
Welcome to my home, beloved. I hope it suits your fancy, for you will never leave it. I loathe this rock. Its chilled corridors and dripping ceilings, its whispering haunts of a past long dead. I no more wish to be the queen of this castle as I do to return to it, again and again. I will escape its legacy. That is a promise. The fates of Creth and Aermer are on your head, my love. Those good knights were victims of this decaying pattern, sacrifices to the House of Ballads. As for the others, they will fulfill their roles shortly. Each has been saved, freed from their well-worn paths. They walk a new road now. My road. Wenson is here, along with his court of enchantments. The great halls and corridors echo with their voices, of the ancient stories told and forgotten. It is time to begin anew, for we write the final chapter of the House of Ballads. Only when the memory of ancient glories has faded, can new glory be forged. Everything you see, the castle and all that resides in it, could be yours. That includes my love. Consider it.
And to the dawn, and to the echoed dusk, I, the king of ancient ballads, scepter of this house, and the falcon of Detir, annihilator of Elkmar, and on, languish in a sanctified seat. We will hear no more from broken sages, nor listen when we venture forth alone. These wintry beckons like the brazen gull that calls and boasts to others of her kind, from Magwir, maid of Windermere, that once again enraptured me in my hollow.
CERO, you've come at last. It's time to cross swords with one worthy of your talents. You have caused the maid much grief, and that saddens me. Luckily, your death will provide her much pleasure. I've seen the world as it could be. A realm where I can be what I choose, go where I choose. The maid has enchanted me with her truth. I remember when she came, appearing before my eyes in a light like dawn. What have I done? A vile thing she is, even lower than I had dreamed. To distort the telling in so reckless a manner, it is unnatural. Is there anything left of it after this travesty? I do not know. Whatever remains is not what came before. It is, dare I say, new. I don't know what became of the others, of Aermer and Kreth. To think that all of my grand companions have fallen prey to that witch.
A wretched fool of pride am I to think I could resist her seduction. I know perdition like the terrestrial cane, a crutch that saps the dew of youth. And yet here was beauty manifested, a heart serene, sublime, a clamorous cascade, all in calumnious wonder. When night falls on the countryside, the noise of wanton opprobrious lechery, the stench of sullen gloom, and the false corpse of sordid history exhumed to please, compounded and again interred into the womb of the past. Then am I lost. Windermere has corrupted and stolen freedom hats. She loves her slave, a skeletal mind of sleep, a deathly pagan of submission that trembles near her touch. From ecstasy so base she laughs. She is all. I adore her. I love her without repudiation, malcontent, denial, or falsehood. At times beneath a veil of lusty happenstance, to prove there is no more of Belmaid, my old love. There is only Magweir, only Belmaid.
At last you've come. The maid has made her sick fantasy a reality. Everything she was has been warped by the Prismere crystal she holds so dear. It is difficult to tell if she controls it, or if it controls her. We must escape this place. The telling has failed us, Sagril. Nothing is certain. I've been captured by the maid many times in the telling, and I've always escaped. This time, however, I'm afraid the outcome may prove different. Enchanted, all of them. All to write her twisted tale of dominance. This isn't about breaking the shackles of the past. It's about power, nothing more. If we must, but I fear I have no role in this song now. We are far beyond what is familiar. The maid will be in the courtyard, where our ballad finds its end. Come, I will show you. Perhaps then I will find the courage that is required. The maid awaits. What was she thinking? We must find the others. They are trapped somewhere in the depths of Windermere. The crystal is how she crept into the heads of the others. How she turned the Court of Enchantments against us. I don't know, but the castle is large, and the maid is clever. She will pit them against us. Of this I am certain. The maid awaits.
Look at this, Olaine. The maid's old keep still has vermin lurking in its shadows. Tell me, Sagril, is there a reason we shouldn't exterminate you? I was offered a new telling. One where I no longer bowed to the will of a man who is in every way my inferior. For the first time, I was given a choice. Wait. I don't understand. What is this place? Where is Wenson? Where is my Wenson? How dare she do this? How dare she attempt to claim the cannon for herself? I cannot make sense of what she's done, but it's clear that this is a new twist in the telling. One that suggests a rise in the maid's power. We've faced adversity before, but never such a dark period as this. If the story cannot endure, then what does that say of us? It happened in the evening, when the dew fell. She emerged from the shadows and took us. You are the only one who escaped her snare. Or perhaps you didn't. I remember being in the court, and then only darkness. How did we get here? There is more to her than we ever anticipated. She possesses a strength, an instinct for survival that is almost mortal. She frightens me. We know only the flow of the telling, how it moves from beginning to end, from despair to rapture. Victory is our language. It is what we are. How can there be a house of ballads built on defeat? It is unthinkable. She took us all, swept away from the House of Ballads and here to Castle Windermere. Since then, I've been veiled by the darkness, as if in a dream.
The courtyard is the maid's favorite part of the castle. It's where she can see the stars. We will find her there. She waits in the courtyard for the king of the House of Ballads. She waits for me. For us. It's not far.
And with sacred vows of the rising sun, the eternal flood of a love lies near, a streamlet of satisfied honeyed truth, like the flowered scent of a bedewed veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat, persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending evil. A love, but this one most divine and fair, the memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will, the gentle calming wind that like the supine earth a tree's embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember Belmaid.
Stop! Sagar, wait! Go no farther. I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the King's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you. Go. This is the end of King Wenson. The House of Ballads has fallen. I believe in you.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future, as creatures of common purpose. All you have witnessed was for me alone. It was justice. Imagine a lifetime of bondage 100 times over, and you will know my suffering. You, though, you are special. You are one capable of comprehending such concerns. We too, we are misunderstood. So they say, But you and I both have seen the coming fire, a change the likes of which no fae, summer or winter, has ever seen. The telling will never cease, but the ballads that make up its grand design will wither and fade, and new ones will blossom on the vine. Perhaps, but you and I are the same. We challenge the past and strive to rewrite the future. We are singing the greatest song of all. The Tuatha have taught me that power only comes with the willingness to destroy, to begin anew and tell new stories. And in Prismeer, they have found the means to do so. I weep for what might have been. You and I, side by side, wielding the power of the crystal. But there can only be one hero. Only justice for what has been done to me all these many lifetimes. Don't I deserve as much? Don't we all? I have spent lifetimes being ignored. No longer.
Course of nature ensues. Yet I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid of Windermere. She will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion as she to I. And balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand, a torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero and the maid. honor you. We honor you.
Sir CERO!
You have returned, victorious. I know that you had a chance to change our telling, to break the Maid and the House of Ballads from their natural course. Yet, you did not. You struck down the witch Magware and restored our legacy, for now. But there were casualties. The Maid's death rendered Wenson impotent. This cannot stand. As a result, you have ascended to your rightful place. You are now King of the House of Ballads.
I serve you now, you and the telling, despite what may have happened with Wenson. How can I help? What she did to me and the others was unheard of for our kind, and for that she should be reviled. But still, I cannot help but have pity for that poor creature. I will him in my way, but it is the telling that worries me most. It is what binds us. And when it begins to unravel, so does any order that we frail people rely upon. Should we even continue to call this the House of Ballads? It is far different than it was mere days ago. It is a new entity, and one that has no place in the telling. I may stay with the House of Ballads, or I may choose to surrender my seat willingly. It has never been done, but as the Maid proved, it is a time of change.
Wenson's departure is odd, yes, but it is clear that he has been bested by one of greater skill, one better suited to the telling. I serve you now, Sigral, or should I say, your grace. Ah, beautiful she was, like a shadow across the surface of a frozen lake. She always wished to escape her doomed role, and perhaps now she has truly gotten her wish. My liege, I will do what I have always done, and that is to serve the summer court by reveling in the telling of the House of Ballads. I know nothing else. He will always be with me, especially after the events in Windermere. When I fight, he fights. That is the way of the telling. He will serve you well. But even Hallam knows that a mortal in the House of Ballads is an oddity, an omen. And no one knows omens like Hallam.
Greetings, my highness. Let me be the first to swear to you my sword, my loyalty, and all the seasons of my telling. You came for us when no one else could, and you saved me. For that I will forever lift you up in song. The fear in him surprised us all. It was not a characteristic of past kings and not becoming of a leader. Still, he was a kind creature, but flawed, even mortal. The tradition of the Cure Seeker will continue through and through the next maiden to take my seat. She will learn this new telling as I have learned the old one. It is difficult to envision the court and its mission without Wenson. But we will carry on, as does the telling. It is our duty as Knights of the Summer Court.
Welcome back to the house, Sagral. Or is it your grace? Hallam has told me of your trials in Windermere. It must have been quite an ordeal. I am here only to serve, as I served King Wenson before you. Goodbye.
The House of Ballads is no more.
the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. Perhaps, but the Tuatha have taught. I weep for what one. I beg you. I seek only justice for what has been done to me all these many lifetimes. Don't I deserve as much? Don't we all? No longer are you at war with me for reasons you do not understand. You have seen the world as I have, as a realm of limitless potential. We usher in a new season, you and I. One where we rule the House of Ballads side by side. The Maid of Windermere is finished playing the villain. Now go. I shall prepare a place for you. Our telling is whatever we wish to make it. Come, my love. It is time we returned to the House of Ballads and assumed the mantle of leadership. This is our time. In time, that role will lose all meaning. I now rule the House of Ballads. We will find a new name on which to hang our sorrows. I pity Wenson, for in the end all of his posturing did not amount to courage. Behind his sweet facade was the sweet smell of nothingness, simply vapor. This is the season of a new telling, one in which you and I shape the narrative to satisfy our desires. It is a new dawn, my love. With the fall of the Winter Court, there's much to be done to renew our influence across the Phalanx. We will start here in the Court of Enchantments. New songs will be sung, new heroes will rise. You and I shall choose whose name is remembered after all the fires go out.
Course of nature ensues. Yet I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid of Windermere. She will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion, as she to I. And balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand. A torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero and the maid.
is ours again. You are victorious. You've saved us.
The hero returns. But to what? You have, and the remnants of the telling scatter in your wake. Your presence here was the change I saw coming. It was the looming death on the horizon. I do not blame you, Sagril. This world, this Amalur, is a realm of mortals. A kingdom of dust for transient souls on their way from one life to another. It is not a Fey world. It is not my world. Perhaps you and the maid will find reassurance in this volatility. I cannot. I will remain here to serve this house, as has been my role for many seasons. Now, as it was then, I am a servant of the House of Ballads.
What will become of us now? The loss of King Wenson saddens me. What has become of the telling?
The seasons of the summer court are numbered.
Yes, Chancellor. I wish only to serve. Goodbye.
Do not listen to your servants in the House of Ballads. They are envious of what we have, of our vision of a changing future.
Greetings.
Such events were not unknown to me, mortal. I have foreseen your arrival here for many seasons. I have foreseen the upheaval and the loss. Wenson's tale will live on in the telling, far longer than even we know. However, his actions in Windermere will be part of the ballad now. His final cowardice.
The Maid of Windermere has always wanted to destroy the House of Ballads. That is the telling. It'll not change.
The loss of King Wenson saddens me. What has become of the telling? Forgive me if I choose not to engage you any longer. Your choices are suspect.
My assistant has returned. What do you need of me? Stay safe.
My poultices can heal any wound.
Greetings, Wanderer. Come on. I can tell you've been in a fight or two. The crows need a leader. Well, as I said, the arena needs another fighter to start the next match. What do you say? You look like you could hold your own in a fight. That's the spirit. I hereby induct you into Valor Arena as the leader of the Crows. Your first opponents will be Remus Bloodhawk and his Marauders. Your team's already waiting for you in the Gladiator Pit. Head down the walkway when you're ready. There's always been a team of Crows at Valor Arena. It was a tradition begun by Hroth Magnus, the first champion. A gladiator becomes a Crow if she ever finds herself the sole survivor on her team. Hroth took this to mean that the fighter could have done more to help his companions. To him, these fighters were disgraced, and if they wanted to continue fighting, they did so as Crows. Today we use the Crows to draw a crowd, but the handicap remains. The Crows are only allowed 2 gladiators in the arena at a time, and as team leader you have to fight every match. Head down into the pit when you're ready to begin. You'll pick a partner to enter the arena with you. Remus will have your head on a pike by match's end. Hello, newcomer. I'm the leader of the Varani Marauders. I suppose we'll be doing battle soon. Do you have any next of kin? I was thinking I would let them know if anything were to happen to you out there. Only one team is coming back, and it's going to be us. This place is a warrior's institution. Even a warsworn would hesitate to fight to the death just for the sake of it. We do it gladly and with passion. He'll do your team no wrong. He and I are among the few who've been here since the first Magnus's time. There's a lot you could learn from him, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You'll have to defeat us first. It's been years now since I first climbed those arena stairs. I look forward to doing battle with your team. Vigor's been doing this almost as long as I have. I wish you good luck, but I don't expect you'll be back.
We'll crush you.
It's bad luck for you to have to face us in your first match.
So, we meet again. I should have figured you were planning to join up. I hope you're ready for this. I'm your girl if you want some sorcery in the next match. Just let me finish this drink and I'll be right behind you. The arena's through that gate to the east. I'd share some of this, but I've only got the one drink. Sorry. He's your typical beginner as far as I can tell. Good with the dagger and not much else. He's the team veteran. Been around longer than both Asa and me. We don't see eye to eye on everything, but he's a reliable choice in the arena. He's brutal in a fight and quicker than you'd think. Every gladiator who's challenged him is dead. Be careful out there.
Greetings. I guess you're the latest addition to the team. They made me fight a boar last time. It was downright embarrassing. I hope today's going to be more interesting. I haven't been here long myself. I've always wanted to rough it as a warsworn. Joined up here to develop a bit of a spine. A gladiator becomes a crow when he finds himself the last surviving member on his team. It's a way to keep the tournament moving as teams start losing members. The rule has its roots in a tradition started by the current champion's father. But today it's basically an attempt to draw interest from the fans. Of course, it's not good news for us. The two-man rule means we're at a significant handicap. Valor Arena? It's a place dreams are made of. If you dream of people getting stabbed or beheaded, or burned, very badly burned. He's ancient. I'm surprised he can walk around in that armor, let alone fight in it. But he's reliable. The greatest gladiator this place has ever seen. Everyone here hopes for a career like his. Even the current champion pales in comparison. No one's even come close to lasting as long, not to mention performing as well. She's a terrifying woman, but a good ally to have on your side. Be careful out there.
So you're the new leader? You should brace yourself if you haven't already. Fights in Valor Arena are to the death. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Let us know when you're ready. You'll have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match. He's green as the grass in Dalentarth, but a good lad. I don't know if he's foolhardy or brave to think he'll make it far in this tournament. The Fae held rights here, I think. I know they came in flocks to watch and participate like we do. Legend has it that every tournament they held ended in the same way, with the same champion defeating everyone. The matches you'll fight here are to the death, with no quarter, no mercy. It's been this way since the first Magnus won the arena from the Fae, even with his son turning his battleground into a ridiculous display, with the banners, the announcer. The bouts, at least, remain the same. Nice of you to ask. The younger fighters don't care about us weathered guys. I'd been participating in arena matches for years. Got my start when Magnus put out a call for fresh gladiators, and the old man trained me himself. He'd have hated to see this. The spectacle of it all, I mean. In his day, the only thing that mattered was the fight. The rush of delivering the death blow. He was a gruff man, powerful, and an absolute beast in the arena. I've seen him pound a Lianshi into pulp with his bare hands. Outside of battle, however, he fancied himself a man of principle. Charged spectators just enough to keep this place running. It was the fight he wanted, not coin. She's an alcoholic and a fiend, but she'll match any fighter. And few mages keep as cool a head as she does in a fight. Few mages stay as drunk as she does during a fight, too. She says she requires alcohol to use her abilities. But I've never met a mage like that. I'd tell her she's a liar to her face, but I don't relish the idea of getting set on fire. He's a fierce fighter, but he sees himself as a moneymaker first, and a competitor second. He's turned the arena into a spectacle. He paid for workers to haul his lavish house onto the arena grounds. He could have used that money to commission a small army, or feed a small town for years. It's utter waste, and I'm not sure his father would have approved. Let one of us know when you're ready. You will have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match. Very well. Lead the way. Time to kick their teeth in. You'll need someone with a strong sword arm out there, Gladiator, and I've got just that. As crows, only 2 of us are allowed in battle at a time. And as team leader, you're obligated to participate in each match, and to pick one of us to enter battle with you. Time to kick their teeth in.
I guess you're the latest addition to the team. They made me fight a boar last time. Since you've taken up the mantle of our team leader, you're in charge of picking the team member who goes into battle. As leader, you're also expected to participate in each match. I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure I could handle that kind of responsibility. Think quick out there. We'll keep moving.
You've taken the job. I hope you're ready to... So, we meet again. I'm your girl if I'd share some of this, but I've only got the... As our new fearless leader, you're in charge of picking one of us to enter into battle with you. And the team leader always fights. I hope you're ready to see a lot of action out there. Be careful out there.
Hello, newcomer. Do you have any next of kin? I was thinking...
Farewell.
Well met. Welcome one, welcome all to Valor Arena. Today we have the Crows, testing their worth against Remus Bloodhook and his Marauders. Victory here means the entire team moves up in the championship. They'll be on a path to face the Lords of Valor. Have at it, warriors. That's the match, ladies and gentlemen. The Crows made it out alive against superior numbers. With crows like these, there's no doubt it's going to be an interesting tournament. Remember our opponents as you leave the arena today, Gladiator. They won't get to come with us. Well met. I haven't seen anyone fight like you since Magnus. The first, I mean. We were lucky to have you out there. Only 2 crows are allowed to fight at a time. It's doubly tough for you. Arena leaders participate in every... We're called the Crows because we survived when the rest of our teams died in battle. With that handicap, you won't find many gamblers betting on us. I'll leave it to you then.
I couldn't believe my eyes out there. You ripped those men to shreds! Where'd you learn to fight like that? Prison? Think quick out there and keep moving.
Good work out there. That was not a bad first match. We should grab a drink sometime. I need to replenish my store before the next fight. The store being my stomach, that is. Don't take time to think out there. Just fight!
I'll admit I didn't expect you to come back. There's a reason no one was signing up. Remus is as experienced as they come. Here's your money for the match. Oh, and one more thing, Gladiator. Jokal Fangard mentioned he would like to speak to you in the gambling den. Jokal is one of the most prolific gamblers in the den. I heard he practically lives off his winnings, and he lives well. He's been known to sponsor the fledgling Gladiator here and there, and I think it would be wise to give him your attention. He's a very well-to-do patron of the arena. It may pay to give him an audience. Just a thought. He's in the gambling den in the market. It's the only other building besides Champion's Manor. You can't miss it. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
I hope I have enough money for repairs. This studded leather is almost...
So little time, so many bets to make.
Don't worry. I don't plan to take too much of your time. Just want you to know that I hope you'll keep fighting. The way you dealt with those fools in there, I think you could truly make an impact here at the arena, should you choose to continue. At any rate, take these. They'll serve you well. Think of them as a donation from a concerned fan, in hopes that you'll remain in the arena's employ a little longer. Jaken will continue to deliver my gifts to you, as long as you continue to win matches. You're not just fighting for yourself out there, you see.
Could a Varani...
So much to buy, so little time.
All right, so you did pretty well last time. Don't get cocky. It's all uphill from here. Are you ready for another match? You're up against Bodine Borg and his team of magic users. He's a well-trained sorcerer and a researcher of the arcane, but no one's entirely sure why he joined the tournament. He's not a regular gladiator. And what's more, he's made an agreement with the champion to keep the bodies of those he defeats. The fight board's there for any gladiator with the courage to take on monsters from the arena's pen. You'll find all manner of exhibition matches listed on it. The gamblers particularly enjoy betting on those contests. You can never quite know who will win. Good. Join your team downstairs and choose a partner when you're ready. By the way, the champion's made an agreement with the other team's leader. In return for fighting, the mages will get your bodies if they can kill you. I hope you know how to deal with spellcasters. You're up against a couple of mages from Detir, here for research, they say. They don't seem to be the most experienced fighters, but they're confident their mystic arts will win them this tournament. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
I despise exerting myself physically. Your fighting ability is meaningless against our arcane might.
Yes, yes. What do you want? I'm readying my team for our next match. They're fascinating creatures, as unerring in their ways as the sun and the seasons. But their magic is what I'm interested in. Their arcane abilities are supremely powerful, and if my associates and I succeed, their abilities will be ours. My associates and I aim to win this tournament, so we can survey the arena at our leisure. My research and theory on Fey regeneration will make me famous in the arcane communities of Amalur. My team and I have been all over Alcerund, studying the Fey. We've scrutinized every inch of every ruin and hollow. This arena is the only place we've yet to survey. Ah, Jaken told you about my little arrangement with the champion? I'm always looking for fresh cadavers for my research. They can be notoriously difficult to come by, and since the defeated won't be using their bodies anyway, well, I don't see the harm in it. It's too bad the mortal races have turned it into an abomination in sight and sound. It's difficult to imagine a Fey mind space through all this noise. I'll be studying you soon.
So special. It's a shame you have to die.
Hail. I have to prepare for those mages. Ale to drink. Let me know if you need me in the next fight. Don't take time to think out.
Do this.
Just fight.
Did you hear? The other team's bringing mages into the arena. Mages like Helga. We're doomed. Think quick up there, and keep moving!
You ready for this? We have mages up next. If they're anything like Helga, we're in trouble. If you see them waving their arms around, you kill them. You kill them as soon as you can. I'll leave it to you, then.
I have to prepare for those mages. I'll be right out. Just gonna finish my drink. What do you want to know? Have you ever fought a mage before? If you let them stay at range, they'll pulverize you. Interrupt their spellcasting if you can, and keep on them until they don't get up. Time to set the competition on fire. I have to prepare for those mages. Let's go light a fire under them.
Did you hear? We're doomed. It's an entire team of mages. I'd suggest picking a single target and making sure it doesn't get up before moving to the next. Think quick up there, and keep moving!
You ready for this? If you see them waving their arms around, you... We're facing an entire team of sorcerers. They'll try to keep you at range. And if they succeed, they'll win. Pick one and kill him as fast as you can. Or they'll bend reality and club you over the head with it. I'll leave it to you, then. Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against the renowned Bodine Borg and his research team. Let's see if arcane theory can best cunning and experience. So Borg and his band are defeated. Perhaps there's more to the Crow's new leader than meets the eye. Speak to Jakin to receive your rewards, Gladiator.
And that's that. What's next?
I'll have your back out there. You broke their line like a rock through glass. Where did you come from? I've met war-front veterans who couldn't match you. Choose your ally wisely.
Can you believe those mage bastards? It was like fighting a lightning storm. A lightning storm that berates and insults you. Be careful out there.
Hell. You did good. Most people run or piss themselves in the face of having to fight a mage who knows you're coming ahead of time, let alone 3. I'm glad you didn't do either. Speaking of which, I need to take a leak. I've been prepping since I woke up. Drinking since I woke up. Be careful out there.
So you're good at manhandling magicians as well. Good. Let's see how long you can keep this up. Here's your money. You deserve every coin. And Joker'll ask me to pass these along. Let me know when you're ready for the next match. You're up against Brogan Adair and the Wolfpack. And so is Brogan Adair and his team of rogues. Head down to the pit and we'll get this started. And so is Brogan Adair and his team of rogues. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
So, you're the upstart who's been doing so well lately. I hear you appeared out of the blue. For a dog of war, it's paradise. And I'm a dog of war. A battlefront is never far away in Amalur, but none of them offers as much gold. You look upon the visage of your killer. You're lucky we meet in the arena instead of a battlefield. In the time it took you to walk this way, I'd have made you into a pincushion. Don't worry, your end will be quick.
I can tell from the look in your eyes that you think you're going to win.
Give Brogan an arrow and he can strike a crow's throat in mid-flight.
You can't win. You should surrender now. Now, archers I can fight. This'll be fun. I've been practicing my moves and training. We'll be fine, I think. Being a gladiator is absolutely horrific stuff, it is. But I've got the perfect plan to desensitize myself. I'll fight in the arena until the nausea goes away. Their team relies heavily on archers. Make sure you force them to fight on close-range terms. They can't shoot you if you're right next to them. Let's take the fight to them, Gladiator!
Oh, I hate archers. It's a good thing they burn like everyone else. You set their quivers on fire and they become hysterical. If you can get up close to Brogan's archers, they'll have trouble getting you off them. If you can manage that, don't let up until they fall down. Normally, they're hiding in some tree, and then you see them too late, and you're dead. At least we're fighting them out in the open. Be careful out there.
Our next opponents are highly trained. You take this lightly, and you might not make it back. They're veteran Loselfar mercenaries who fought together countless times, in and out of the arena. Their leader, Brogan, is an expert marksman. Heard he once killed a fully armored man with a single shot into a quarter-inch gap in his armor. Force them to fight up close and you've won. Hard to notch an arrow when your opponent is breathing down your neck. I'll leave it to you then. We've seen the Crows handle magicians and their parlor tricks, but there's no trick error in Team Brogan's quiver. Let the battle begin! Continues, ladies and gentlemen. This is turning out to be a very exciting tournament indeed. Gladiators, speak to Jakin to collect your rewards.
We won? We won!
I'm exactly as old as I need to be for this. We've come to really rely on you out there. Keep it up. Choose your ally wisely.
See what I tell you? They didn't stand a chance. Be careful out there.
Oh. All right. So, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Be careful out there.
Looks like you're starting to make an impression. The fans have been asking me about you. Heard a rumor your fights are moving a lot of money in the betting scene. None of the gamblers expected you'd last. Except Jokul, perhaps. He left me these to give you. Oh, and this is exciting. The champ mentioned he wanted to see you. I hope you remain well, Gladiator. The champion wants to see you at the manor. If I had to guess, I'd say he's going to try to steal you from Vigor. His team hasn't had a new member since he became champion, so you'd be the first. Look at you, really climbing the ladder. He spent quite a lot of money having the wood hauled all the way to this corner of Detir. Head to Champion's Manor in the market, Gladiator. Tyr Magnus wants to speak to you. I wish you well in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
Keep your hands to yourself. I'll be watching you.
Good. You're here. Welcome. I'm your Grand Champion. You're doing well. The fans love you. I love you. You're making this arena a lot of money. But you put me in a bit of a fix. There have been some fairly well-to-do people betting against your success in the gambling den. Now, some very important clients of mine are staring down a mountain of debt, and I want you to help us fix this. Looking to glean some information about your competition? There isn't much to tell. I'm a rich man, but simple, and I've worked hard for it. My father was the champion until I killed him for the title. Regrettable, but look at what I've built from the ashes of his arena. My father was the mortal champion who took the arena from the Fae all those years ago. The arena's been in the family ever since, and we've made it the Jewel of Detir. Or rather, I have. I generate more revenue from this operation in a month than a ruffian like you makes in a year. He was the first mortal champion of valor. I defeated him in battle for the title. If it were up to me, I would have spared the old man's life. But valor fights are to the death, and I dare say the arena has become a better place under my leadership. I want you to fight a match alone. Advertising that handicap will generate bets against your success. You'll win, of course, and I'll win my money back. Make no mistake, it'll be an easy match. I'll make sure of that. I just need you to tell Jakin you'll agree to the match. You do this for me, and I'll pay you double for the fight, and bring you onto my team. No more scrapping with Vigor and his goons. Good. Then we have a deal. I've arranged a special match for you against Mad Dog and his mad men. Head down to the pit now. I'll send word for the match to be made. You won't regret this. Indeed we are. You should head back up to Jakin. You have a match coming up. Close the door behind you on your way out, Gladiator.
waiting. Hail, warrior. He says he wants you to fight alone in the next match, right? Ha! Magnus wants you dead. What did he offer you? Money? A spot on the Lords of Valor? Both? Ha! There hasn't been a change to the Lords of Valor lineup since he brought them in. He lulls some green gladiator to accept a match with promises of money, then books the fool against a superior opponent. Usually the newcomer dies. Not everyone up in the stands hears about it. Not even Jaken, nor most gladiators. But the gambling rats sure do. He uses some of us to make his bets for him. Not like any of us can do anything about it if we want to remain. It's just a ruse. He wants you dead. With the way you fight, he figures he needs every advantage he can get. I'd wager he's going to bet against you. Again.
Are you ready for another match? Gladiator, you're just in time. Your next match just came in and you're fighting alone. He's a stone-cold veteran named Mad Dog and his madmen. They like to get up close and personal with their attacks, so get ready for a physical fight. Yes, you're fighting individually against Mad Dog and the Madmen. It'll be tough to fight without your teammates, but you've pulled yourself out of rough situations before. Head down to the pit when you're ready. Good luck again, warrior. I hope you know what you're doing. Good. Then head down to the pit when you're ready. I hope you remain well, Gladiator. I'll break your face! You're not leaving this arena alive. Your time is up. The madman fall to no one.
You're dead. You understand? Dead. I'm going to gut you and choke you to death with your own giblets. There isn't a better place to fight, if it's a fight you're looking for. All manner of man and beast are ready to sate your bloodthirst. I don't speak to my enemies. I destroy them. You're either crazy or stupid to fight an entire team. And the madmen are the best of them all. As far as I'm concerned, the only deal you've made is one where I get to stab you in the face. There won't be enough left of you to fit in the tinderbox once we're done with you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Valor Arena. We have a special treat for you in this next match of the tournament. At the champion's request, the leader of the Crows has agreed to fight the Madmen alone. Let's see if the most promising gladiator to date can defeat one of the arena's veteran teams. Crows have a formidable leader. Speak to Jakin for your reward, gladiator.
ready for another match? I'd be surprised if anyone was betting against you at this point. You just chewed up 3 veterans like so much cud. Here's your share of the fight money. The champ sends his regards along with the coin. He says he wants to see you again. I think he likes you. Also, Jokul sent these greaves your way. I guess he's been right with you since the beginning. I wish you well in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
Looks like I bet correctly. That was a well-fought match, warrior.
Don't touch anything in here. All of it is priceless.
That match certainly did not end like I had intended it to. I'll admit that I underestimated your abilities. I had intended for you to die in there. Of course. Underhandedness is what the arena is all about. I'm surprised you walked so willingly into so obvious a trap. Or did you? I like to know my opponents. From your expression, I would guess you hadn't a clue. You do well to trust no one in this arena, Gladiator. Especially that pustule Jokul. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, and I could throw him fairly far. Now get out of my house. It's time for my tea.
Your next opponents are Holden Lafayette and the Vipers, a team with eclectic strengths. Holden's team has fighters from almost every discipline of combat. Expect both ranged and up-close fighters. Are you ready for the match? Good. Head on down. Stock up on supplies or equipment in the market if you need to. It only gets tougher from here. Good luck. Your opponents are the Vipers, a team with fighters trained from many disciplines. Be prepared to face archers, blade masters, and magic. You can head down to the pit when you're ready to begin. The Vipers employ several disciplines of combat. Be prepared to face archers, blade masters, and magic. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.